They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This one into the hands of Will Mallory. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things out.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Colts first down.
Let's go now.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Buffalo 18, 79 Broncos. Go.
Now Richardson back to throw it. That's going to be taken in by Downs. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They go play action to Lawrence. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Colt defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The Jaguars at 4-8 now on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that
to the right side and intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
19 Tiger. Ready.
They'll start with the option. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the extra point. Flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
18 Cardinal.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. And his stellar campaign continues. That now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number that very few running backs have ever reached in a single NFL season. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. For a start, 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. You look at this Colt defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
70 Timberwolves, 60 Maverick.
They go play action with Richardson. A throw on the money there to Doolin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Okay, ready?
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Richardson looking to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5 from the 8.
Here we go, set. Ready?
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Now Richardson. This goes out wide from Mixon. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
4th down and less than a yard.
And his kick here is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That one good for 37 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Colts are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on their leadership. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
17 yards. That's good for a Jaguars.
11.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
13
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
Now Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Jags first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run. This is Bashal Turton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Lawrence. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Now it's Richardson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
18, Rattler. 8, here we go.
Play action. Now Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And a throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws, has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So on fourth down, Spencer Schrader on here for the Colts field goal.
63-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Here's Lawrence to throw. He completes it to Hunter. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Go, go. Rip, 20.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Easy.
First and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's another Jaguars first down.
Hey,
First
Lion,
and 10
Lion.
at the 44-yard
Focus,
line.
hot. 11. Hey, kill. Easy. Read a 30 left.
Now Lawrence. Open man is Myers. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Go. Hey, Ginger. Go. Take right over.
Lawrence will throw. That is caught by a diving Thomas.
I got it.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
That's another Jaguars first
11.
down. First
Hey,
down
I'm gun.
and goal to go.
Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Hunter. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
On the
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on the 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing you have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Here's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Allen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
11.
at the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
Easy.
They'll look to throw again. Open man, it's Hunter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On play action, Lawrence. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
13, Lou. We're at 30 left.
Back to throw. Lawrence. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Hey, go. Soka, hot.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finds Tootin out of the backfield. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Gun.
Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, Rob.
Again, it's Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Hey, Lion. Hey, Ginger, hot.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete as well. How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal? 3 straight incompletion.
I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they
Stay woke, take notes, joke, don't look shattered like broke